Hey beautiful people, what is up? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to my little corner of the interwebs. For today's video, I'm going to be testing the About Face foundation. I don't know if this is viral or not, but I did see your friend, Gigi, loves beauty, and I'll try to remember to link her channel if I can. I hope I remember. She's been wearing this for about a week now, and honestly, she does her Instagram stories, she'll apply it on her face and whatnot, and her skin was just like freaking amazing. And because of that, I was like, girl, what are you wearing? And she told me it was the About Face foundation. So I went and I was like, let me take a look. And come to find out, this foundation is $22. $22. Okay? And considering today's economy and considering the price of makeup, I was very, very surprised. Now, I do have a couple of liquid eyeshadow from About Face that I never actually used. But I have a couple of products from them. And it's never been a brand that I've checked for, but a $22 foundation seemed like it needed to be investigated. So I decided to go over to Ulta to pick up the foundation. And I was able to find one that I thought was in my shade. So I'm going to be doing a demo for you guys today. Now, if this is your first time watching me, welcome. I'm Jamila. On my little corner of the interwebs on my channel, I really like to focus on finding high-end, luxury, indie beauty products at the best prices because I don't believe in paying full price for makeup, and I don't think you should have to. So, if that sounds like your cup of tea, go ahead and hit that subscribe button, join the fam, and let's go ahead and dive right in. So what I'm going to do for today's video is I'm going to give you guys all the product details so you know what the foundation claims to do, pricing, all that fun jazz. I will demo it for you guys on my face, and then I'll come back at the end and just give you some overarching thoughts with a couple of sort of wear tests sprinkled in throughout. I'm going to try my best not to dab or touch up throughout the day so that it really wears as naturally as possible so you guys can see what it looks like. For context, I am a medium deep complexion with a yellow golden undertone, and I have oily, acne-prone skin. So if that is your sort of lane, hopefully this can be helpful for you as you decide if this is a foundation that you want to pick up. All right, now let's go ahead and dive straight in with some product details. Now I'm on the Ulta website, and it says, and first and foremost I should say, this is the Performer Skin Focused Foundation. It describes this as coverage meets skincare in the skin optimizing foundation formulated with powerful ingredients like blue agave, wintergreen, and chlorella, known to help skin feel moisturized, balanced, and smooth. The key notes is that it is vegan and cleanly formulated. That's pretty much all that it says. I don't care for a clean label because it means nothing, if we're being quite frank. So let's just leave that there. So this is what it looks like in the packaging. It does have the sort of leaping bunny thing. So it says that this is PETA approved, vegan, and it has a 12-month shelf life. It comes in this sort of plastic carton, which quite frankly is very hard to read. So if you're like me, struggle is real. But all of the ingredients are on here if you need those. And that's pretty much all it says, other than it's made in the USA. So it's a USA product. That's cool. And you actually get 1.08 fluid ounces, which is a little bit more than a typical foundation. Foundations typically give you just 1 fluid ounce. So the bottle is nice. It's weighty. I do feel like it's giving luxe. I was pretty excited about that. The one downside is that it doesn't have a pump, but it has a doe foot applicator. Now this is a pretty chunky applicator, but when it comes to doe foots, I don't like the thought of putting this on your face, touching your face, and then putting it back into the bottle. Even if you're using it on just yourself, just your own skin, that is essentially cross-contamination from whatever skincare or whatever it is you have on your face already. You just kind of cross-contamination, and that's not typically my cup of tea, but it is what it is. That's the design choice that they chose. And the best thing about this product is the price. This retails for $22, which is so unheard of now in this economy. Y'all, there are drugstore foundations that are more expensive than this. I'm just saying. So in terms of pricing, I think this is absolutely amazing. It has 45 shades. So if you were concerned about the shade range, Also pretty great. And I like what they've done with the shade range. It goes from fair all the way to rich. One of the things that I did notice when I was looking for this, because I did go in store to try to find my shade, is that once you get past medium deep and you end up in the deep and rich category, the undertones, the only undertone options are cool and neutral. There are no warm undertones, which I found to be an interesting choice because I'm like, I am warm, I'm a little golden. That being said, I did pick up the shade D1 Neutral, which in my opinion does lean a little bit warm. So maybe the neutral shades are meant to be also on the more warm side. So this is the shade D1 Neutral. Y'all don't think that looks a little orange? I was like, this looks more orange, more warm than it does neutral. So just something to be mindful of. If you can, definitely recommend going in store to try to find your shade, because it's always just easier to shade match in person in store. But huge kudos to them for coming out with 45 shades that actually go pretty deep and pretty rich in depth. So very excited about that. And for $22. Okay. All right. So those are all the product details that I had to share with you guys. Let's go ahead and dive into the demo and then my overarching thoughts. Okay, so I'm going to go in with the Milk Mattifying Primer because I want to give this foundation the best shot. Now, I will try this all this week to make sure I have a good sort of sense of whether or not I like this foundation, because I need to know how it will perform with other primers. I really like this Milk Primer because it does a really good job at keeping my skin matte. So I know that it's going to help this along, but I need to see if this will work well with other primers or if I will start to get oily and whatnot. So just adding that primer all over the skin, really concentrating it on my T-zone. So now time for the foundation. Let's give it a good shake. Shake, shake, shake. Yeah. Okay, I really like the bottle of this, but one thing I will say I'm not a huge fan of is the fact that this has a doe foot. Okay, let's wiggle her out so she doesn't spray it. It has a doe foot applicator, which means that if you're putting this directly onto your face, whatever you have on your face is going back into the bottle, which is not the most hygienic. But, you know, it's just me using this, so we can make it work. So I'm going to do this half of my face first, just so you guys can see what it looks like, using whatever is on the applicator. Okay, just do 2 quick little swipey swipes. All right, that's where we're at. Zoom y'all in a little. And I'm going in with a sponge. This sponge is damp. I prefer to apply my foundation with a sponge for a couple of reasons. One, it helps to shear it out so that it is not as insane full coverage. And also, too, I just think brushes hurt. And y'all know I'm going through a journey of updating my brush collection, but I still think my skin is just super sensitive. That's probably because of all of the prescription products that I have for my acne and whatnot. But I'm just really focusing on the most gentle things for my skin, and a sponge is that. Like, it doesn't get any softer than a sponge. Okay. This is not a bad shade match, you guys. I was a little concerned in the store because they don't have any warm shades. Once you get to the deep rich section, it's just neutral or olive. So this is D1 Neutral, and not bad. My skin is peeking through. This is described as medium buildable coverage. I didn't really put much on. It was just whatever was on the little doe foot. So I'm just gonna add a little bit more. Well, let's add to the forehead, and then add a little bit more here to see what we can build. This is described as neutral, like I said, but I do feel like there is some warmth to this. Like, it does have a pretty decent amount of warmth to it. And she is shearing out lovely. Like, it's giving skin. I'm not going to try to build this to full coverage. I just don't wear full coverage foundation, you guys. So, and that's not my vibe. That's not my look. So this is as far as like max coverage for me. Okay. So this half of my face has the foundation. This half of my face doesn't have anything on it. It's giving skin, it's giving natural. I'm very happy so far. Okay, let's go ahead and finish off the rest of your face. Now, one thing I am interested in seeing is that you probably can see a little bit. I have some hypopigmentation around my eyes. So right under my eyes is a lot lighter than the rest of my face. I think a lot of us have 4 or 5 different shades when it comes to our face. For me, I have a lot of lightness in this area. So I am interested in seeing how this kind of helps even that out. You know, I don't need it to be too monochromatic or too one-dimensional, I should say, but I would like to make sure that it helps with that a little bit. And you can see it peeking through. Just remember to drag this down so, you know, you have a little bit of continuity. Okay, so this is what the skin is looking like. I am very happy with this on its own. It's definitely still tacky, not surprised. I will set this for sure. Okay, so this is what the foundation looks like by itself. Let me go ahead, finish up the rest of my face, come back, show you guys the final look, and then we'll get this wear test started. Okay, I'm back, and this is the final face with all of the products, makeups, everything in there. Just so you guys know what else I put on top of the face. Aside from the foundation, which of course we're testing today, I did go in with the Win Concealer from Serena Williams. I am wearing the Chanel face palette as my bronzer, blush, and highlight. And yes, it's that new, really expensive $95 face palette. That's what I'm wearing. So that is my face palette, and for my lips, I'm using a Satin Allure lipstick. I believe this is the shade Entranced from Pat McGrath. And I think that's it. That's pretty much it. Oh, sorry. To set my face, I am using the Juvia's Place setting spray, which is almost done, y'all. I think I bought that last month. And I opted to use this spray instead of my Charlotte Tilbury because Charlotte Tilbury is the best setting spray if you want your skin to be matte. And because I know that, I think it would be helping the foundation along too much. I already gave it the Milk Primer. I was like, okay, I can't help you along all the way because I really truly want to see how this wears. Now this is a pretty decent matte foundation. It's not the best. So it will help this in terms of longevity, but I didn't want to go all the way into the Charlotte Tilbury. So that's why I stuck with that one. So that's what I used to set the face today. Okay, first impressions, and let me zoom y'all in so you can get a close look. The skin is skinning. I just want to say that. And if you were curious, I am wearing the Flower Moon palette from Ensley Rain on the eyes today. But y'all are here for the skin. So the skin is skinning. You can clearly see my skin peeking through. It's not hiding any of my imperfections, any of my acne scarring, my moles. All of those things are peeking through. And I will argue that I did apply a decent amount of product to my face. So it's not like I was very liberal, very conservative with my application. In my opinion, I applied a lot. So the fact that my skin is peeking through, I'm actually quite happy with it. Very, very content. My hair, I need to wash it today, so please just let the hair go. But yes, so very happy with how the skin looks. I think that this applied really well. It feels a little lightweight. It doesn't feel like it's too heavy on the skin. I notice it, but it's not the heaviest foundation that I've ever worn. So it is $12.35. If you're curious, this is Maracas Bay in Trinidad. If you're curious, this is Maracas Bay in Trinidad. This is the lookout, actually. This is the lookout to the beach before you get to Maracas. So it's $12.35. We're gonna wear this probably about 6-ish hours. And then I'll come back, do a couple of check-ins, let you guys know how I feel about this on my face before we take everything off. Okay, so this is my couple hours check-in. It is 2:26. So this is what the skin is looking like. It's giving a little greasy, but it's not that bad, okay? Bear with me. It's in my T-zone, as you can see. This is where it's concentrated around. This is where I always get oily. So I'm not mad at this because this is normal. So I'm just gonna do what I always do. A little tissue, and I'm just gonna dab. That's just, you know, see? Taking some of that oil, that shine away. I'm debating going over this with some more powder, but honestly, I kind of want to see how this works, just with like patting, dabbing this away. Okay, we're good. All right, so I'll check in with y'all later and we'll see how this continues to progress throughout the day. Okay, I know I look a hot mess, quite frankly. It is 8 o'clock. This is where we're gonna call it. This is a wrap. I'm shiny, like shiny. Just so you can see. Hello, glowy. I'm not mad though. So I've been wearing this all day. One thing I will say is that I have been doing things. So I was cooking, cleaning, all that fun jazz. I was pretty active. So this isn't a crazy amount of shine. You know what I mean? For a full day of me being active. And it's dabbing away. So it doesn't look terrible. Hold on, let me get it together. Okay, just bringing you guys back in. And it's pretty late. It's dark outside, so we're using artificial lights here. But overall, I'm not mad at this. It didn't wear terribly. My skin is peeking through per usual. What I am quite impressed with is the longevity of the Chanel blush and bronzer and highlight. Like, longevity, top notch. But overall, this foundation seems to have worn nice. Okay, typical. I should say typical. It's not a matte foundation. I don't think it ever claimed to be a matte. But so I definitely got a little bit shiny, but I don't hate it. You know what I mean? So I'm gonna keep wearing it throughout the week. I'll try it with a couple of other primers. I will try it with the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray, see how it continues to wear, and then I'll have some fully fleshed out thoughts in a later video. But that's it. This wear test is over. We're done. I'll see you guys in another one. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed seeing today's video of me testing the About Face foundation. I will continue to test this all week to see if I like it, see how it plays with other primers, other setting sprays, etc. And I will, of course, in a later video, come back and give you guys some overarching thoughts in terms of how I think this foundation wears. Considering the price, I am hopeful, so we'll see how it goes. And don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe on your way out, all that fun jazz before you leave. As always, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for supporting, and I'll catch you in my next one. Bye.